more, even if they're not directly relevant to the task at hand. And indeed, that's kind of one of the great contributions of status characteristics theory, is explaining that, yes, it's the case that a relevant basis of knowledge or skill in a domain has a lot of influence on status differentiation in the group, but even the stuff that's irrelevant to the task, specific skills in other domains, or your race or gender, they also influence status hierarchies. Okay. Status characteristics theory is a very fancy pants scientific theory and therefore has scope conditions. What are the scope conditions? What are scope conditions? They're the domain, general statements of the domain of application of a theory. So, for example, water boils at, 212 Fahrenheit or something like that? Or 100 degrees Celsius, we'll say that. It boils at 100 degrees Celsius, but given certain scope conditions, this is the case, right? It has to be at sea level, for example. So these are scope conditions for this theory to work. This theory works if these scope conditions are realized, and it probably won't work or might not work if they aren't. So this theory is specific to groups that are working on some task and who are collectively oriented. So it would only apply to groups who are trying to do something together and are collectively oriented means they're taking into account everybody's opinion and sort of paying some attention to the group. They are essentially a real group trying to do something. That's the scope of application of this theory. And status characteristics theory says that status characteristics that differentiate group members affect status hierarchies even when they're unrelated to group's task. That's what I was just saying is a big contribution of this theory. And the theory also predicts how diffuse and specific status characteristics combine to create the hierarchies into groups. So it actually has this very specific mathematical formula for, okay, this is a weight that's attached to diffuse status characteristics, and this is the weight that's attached to specific status characteristics that are not related to the task at hand, and this is the weight that's attached to the ones that are related to the task at hand. And they put it into an equation, and they say, what are the number of people in the group, and they generate predictions for rates of influence in the group. And these predictions are, for rates of participation and influence in the group, are actually really, really accurate. And it's kind of an amazing example of a sociological theory that makes really accurate and specific predictions in group settings. We generally talk about tendencies and so on. Well, this is a theory that actually makes these very specific claims and predictions. So, having presented all that, so these general ideas, these things, these theoretical ideas that we think we know about status, let's talk about some research. Because if anything like me, you want to see real empirical research, evidence for these ideas. So let's see some of that. Or actually, not all of this research will be evidence for these ideas. Some of this research will also just cue you into new ideas that are also interesting about status. So, did I know who this is? I don't have any idea why you would. This is Michael LaVaglia. You've been reading some of his work in class, and this is Michael LaVaglia. He was my undergraduate advisor. So when I was where you were, he was where I am, and isn't that a weird little perspective thing? So LaVaglia wrote an article. I remember when I was an undergraduate, and I was a sophomore. I walked into his office and wanted to talk to him about research and stuff, like many of you walk into my office. And except it was more interesting than the experiences that you probably have when you walk into my office. But LaVaglia is a very, very exciting, interesting person. Like he's kind of bubbling with ideas all the time. And I was asking him, like, what are you working on? He's like, well, we're working on a project now. We're trying to bust the bell curve. And I was like, what the heck does that mean? And what it means was LaVaglia and a set of researchers that he assembled were interested in offering another perspective on the phenomenon that's documented in the book, The Bell Curve. So how many of you are familiar with this book, The Bell Curve? And how many of you are familiar with the Berkeley Sociology Department's rebuke to The Bell Curve, the book Inequality by Design? Okay, cool. So Inequality by Design was a sociological effort to rebuke the bell curve. We can talk about that sometime. But a rebuttal that came from social psychology came from LaVaglia and colleagues. So his name is LaVaglia. On the first day of his big lecture class, he's like, LaVaglia, my name is LaVaglia. It's pronounced like, hopefully by the end of this class, all LaVaglia. Which is, I don't have anything like that for you guys. Yeah. And then, I know, it's pretty difficult. Okay, so the bell curve was this piece of psychology research that attributed lower test scores by African Americans in the United States to innate biological inferiority. It went to great pains to document that African Americans have traditionally scored lower on standardized tests like the SAT, and then make the conclusion that this is best attributable to African Americans' biological inferiority relative to whites. So LaVaglia walked up to this, and he was very suspicious of this finding. That's where a lot of social scientists who know about patterns of discrimination, unequal opportunity in the United States, and think first about those things when they see unequal outcomes. So LaVaglia walked up to this research, and he said, maybe these effects aren't driven by innate biological differences, which the writers of the bell curve never document in any rigorous way anyway. Maybe instead, status differences are responsible for these differences. And we know that African Americans tend to be respected less in American culture, and so maybe that has something to do with it. And specifically, LaVaglia said, maybe if we made status differences, knowledge of status differences, salient in some setting, as in salient is like, make it active in people's minds, remind people of this information. Maybe then low status individuals, just in general, regardless of their race or gender or whatever, just any low status individual will perform worse on a test, worse than their high status counterparts. And so that was his take on it. He's like, I think this is about status. I think it's because there's these cultural beliefs that African Americans will achieve at a lower level. Those cultural beliefs become a self-fulfilling prophecy when they're made active in some setting. And so if you're thinking about this, you'll tend to perform worse, or perform better if you're in a higher status group. And so that was his take. And he's like, well, how do you test this? Because what the bell curve people did was they just documented a difference between whites and African Americans and then say it's biological inferiority. So LaVaglia could offer the same documentation and say it's status, but it wouldn't be any better evidence for his argument than the bell curve people would offer. There'd still be all these other explanations. And indeed, the bell curve people would come back and said, no, we looked at the same evidence and said it was biological inferiority. What's your case? So what he said was, well, here's the way I should do it. What I should do is create some basis of status difference in a lab environment that doesn't exist anywhere else. It doesn't have any explanation for difference. In fact, it's totally irrelevant to the task at hand, totally irrelevant to performance on standardized tests. If I can just create that and imbue it with status beliefs in a lab session and maybe then create a test score gap, it would be proof that status differences can create test score gaps. And we know there's a status difference in the dominant culture between whites and African Americans, so it doesn't make it genius to put two and two together. If there's a status difference in the larger culture and the status differences are sufficient to create a test score gap, even when ability is the same, then he's made a good case that maybe the test score gap in the United States is attributable to status differences, not biological inferiority. So, or inferiority / superiority, whatever. So what he did was he identified a characteristic that was unrelated to status in the study population, or really in any population. He did a pretest and he found that people in general think left and right-handed people are equal status. Now this is ironic because we all know that right-handed people are biologically superior to left-handed. So, but my mom is left-handed and she actually convinced my father that like half the presidents were left-handed, because my dad is always anyway, I don't know, cute little insight on my thing. Let's talk about lightsabers. Okay. So status research continued. Okay, so in one condition, so he took handedness. He was like handedness. People don't really have beliefs about who's higher or lower status with respect to handedness, except for my father. And what he did was in one condition, he told participants that left-handers were better at this particular logic test. The logic test was, I believe, the Raven progressive matrices logic test. And in the other condition, he said that right-handers tend to be superior at this task. And this is kind of obscure analytical logic test. So in one condition, he said the lefties are innately superior, they're better at this, and so on. And the other condition, he says the right-handers are. And he also added other bases of status discrimination between left and right-handers. So if the people were in a condition where they're being told that left-handers were better at the task, he also put up these signs around the lab that said stuff like harassment of left-handers will not be tolerated. Don't get these left-handers. I mean, sure, they're really bad at this task, and we all know that they struggle to keep up in school, but just don't discriminate against them for the duration of the study. It's just not fair, and you'll just make them feel bad. And then the other condition, he said all that stuff about right-handers. And what he found was that whichever group he stigmatized tended to score worse on the Raven progressive matrices test. So when the left-handers were stigmatized, when people were encouraged not to make fun of them or deny them access to the bathroom or whatever, when the left-handers were stigmatized, they tended to perform worse on this logic test. When the right-handers were stigmatized, they were the ones that performed worse on the task. And this gap was created purely by the stigmatization of a category that was previously unrelated to status. In fact, people probably came into the lab not just not knowing that there was some status differentiation attached to left versus right-handedness, but they probably thought the opposite. They probably came in thinking left and right-handers are equal. So even though this was totally unrelated to ability on the task, in reality, they were able to be convinced in about 30 minutes that it was a very real basis of discrimination on this logical analytical task, and then it had real self-fulfilling effects in terms of people's performance on the task. And perhaps this is the process that produces the past findings we have on the racial test score gap. Are there any questions about all these research? Okay, so that's an interesting take. That's a very sociological take based on status research and our theories of status. It's a very sociological take on why it is that there might be a racial gap in achievement on standardized tests. This is an example of status research from sociological social psychology on another basis of discrimination in society, or another pattern of discrimination or differential outcomes and inequality in society. And this is research that was on motherhood and motherhood wage penalty. So is anybody familiar with the motherhood wage penalty? Okay, so the motherhood wage penalty is basically the following, and this is one of those things that often runs on multiple choice tests anytime I define something. So motherhood wage penalty is the tendency of mothers to make less money relative to women without children and also relative to fathers. And this is a well-documented tendency in American culture as well as in other societies for mothers tend to be paid lower wages, passed over for promotion, and so on. And this is the case even when we sort of statistically analyze all these different things that might cause that, like stays outside the workforce to have children, women have children, and so on, men don't. Even when they do that, they still can't explain away the motherhood wage penalty. And so a lot of researchers say maybe there's discrimination going on. Maybe people discriminate against mothers in the labor market, assuming that they're less competent or less committed to their jobs or what have you. And so that's where these researchers started. They said, well, you've got big data sets about the American labor market and other countries' labor markets, and in those data sets you have a big difference in wages that are assigned mothers versus non-mothers or mothers versus fathers. And you don't have any measures of discrimination directly. You're just sort of assuming that discrimination must be responsible for this difference. And it might be. In fact, it's perhaps very plausible, but we don't have direct evidence for discrimination. And that's what we needed to really substantiate that claim and make it stronger. So these researchers, Shelley Carell, Steve Bernard, and Paik, in 2012, a few years before this is when it was published, decided at Cornell University to do research on this and try and show experimentally in a lab and then also in a real field setting, try and show strong direct causal evidence for a motherhood wage gap. I should say these people are all good friends of mine, actually, so that's why I like this here. Steve and I were roommates for like a year. Ian's really cool. Shelley's a good friend of mine. Anyway, all right. So what they decided to do was set up a resume evaluation study. The first thing they decided to do was a lab experiment with undergraduate students at Cornell University. And what they called it was resume evaluation study. Come participate in a resume evaluation study. And when people got to the lab, they evaluated a series of resumes that were either the resumes of men or women who were parents or not. So they would evaluate, there are 4 conditions to the study. 2 manipulations: parenthood status and gender, creating 4 conditions. You're reading and evaluating resumes by people who are mothers, fathers, non-mothers, or non-fathers. And what they found was that mothers tended to be assigned lower wages, lower likelihood of promotion, even when their qualifications were established to be identical to the non-mothers and the fathers. Yeah, okay, long pause, yeah, okay. And another thing that they found was that fathers tended to receive a boost, actually. And this is very interesting, and I think interpretable maybe in terms of stereotypes, which we'll talk about starting next Thursday. They found not only that mothers made less money, even when everything was the same about them except that they had a kid, which was indicated via this little note that said that they were in the PTA, and in the other condition with their non-mothers, it said they were in some other voluntary association that wasn't associated with motherhood. And then the fathers, in the condition where the fathers were indicated to be fathers relative to not being fathers, the fathers actually got a higher wage. They had a higher likelihood of promotion. They were treated more favorably as far as what sort of economic benefits they deserved, which is very interesting. And when they did what's called a mediation analysis to try and find out what are the underlying causes of motherhood wage penalty, why is it the case? Why is it the case that these mothers are being assigned lower wages and lower likelihood of promotion? What they found was that it was due to the fact that mothers, relative to non-mothers, were perceived to be less competent, less intelligent, and less committed to their jobs. And so there's kind of 2 pathways. One was a competence pathway to discrimination. The other one was a commitment pathway. And the commitment pathway was, when they would interview these people, they'd say, well, I just presume that she probably won't, be as available to do extra hours on the job. She probably won't work, these long hours. She gets promoted to management when you do 6 hours a week. She'll probably privilege her kid over that. They didn't make the same assumptions about fathers. And then the other one, the one that's more surprising, though, is this competence path. What is it about having a kid that would make you less intelligent? That doesn't make any damn sense at all. But that's the case. And in other research, they found that too, that an identical woman that has a pregnancy prosthesis on will be viewed as less intelligent. And I've had friends, actually, who, when they got pregnant, they said that they thought people started talking to them like they were morons. Like, they would baby talk to them and stuff, and they'd be like, I'm the same person that I was last week. Like, what's going on? You're baby talking to me, But I think people, a lot of women who've had the experience, who are mothers, who've had similar experiences, can maybe chime in and relate. So then the big question is, why did fathers receive a boost? This is a very puzzling finding, right? And I think my take on this is that men are advantaged in the U.S. labor market. They're seen as higher status, they're seen to be more competent, and so on. That's a gap that's closing, I think, but nonetheless, it's been the case. But they're also, the stereotypical traits that we associate with men in our culture are not all positive, right? They may be seen as maybe a little bit reckless, a little bit risk-taking, maybe aggressive, ambitious, competitive, and so on, and maybe not the perfect hire. You take it all together, and they get favored in the labor market, but they're not perfect. But when that person becomes a father, then all of a sudden it negates a whole bunch of those negative characteristics. It flips them around. All of a sudden they become presumed to be reliable, dependable. They're not going to just run off to a better firm. They need that job. They become more honest, maybe less relentlessly competitive, and so on. Ward Cleaver type, that kind of thing. And wouldn't you like to hire Ward Cleaver? Wouldn't that be fun? You have no idea what I'm talking about. He's the father on Leave It to Beaver. Okay. So then they were like, okay, so this is cool. We've shown this effect very systematically in this undergraduate population of Cornell University undergraduates. And we told them that their decisions might have a real effect on who gets hired, which is really weird that they told them that, but they bought it. But they said, look, they got criticized for this research. The research was considered really strong evidence for the motherhood wage penalty and for the role of discrimination in the motherhood wage penalty. But nonetheless, people said, yeah, but that's not employers. Employers who are paid to get it right, paid to hire the smartest person, they're not going to do that. They will not exhibit the motherhood wage penalty because they've got to get it right. And so what Carell et al. Did, what Carell, Bernard, and Paik did, was an audit study. What's an audit study? An audit study is when you send out job applications or housing applications systematically and vary some characteristic in order to audit the agency or the job market, trying to figure out if there's bias in it. And so they sent out job applications to white-collar jobs in New York City, and they manipulated the same manipulations. They manipulated gender and parenthood status. And the result was 4 conditions, right? Mothers, fathers, non-mothers, and non-fathers. And what they found was that mothers got fewer callbacks for interviews than did non-mothers or fathers. And they didn't find a statistically significant advantage for men on callback, but they did find actually that fathers got callbacks at a somewhat higher rate. It just wasn't statistically significant. And so this is strong evidence for the motherhood wage penalty in the real labor market, right? In the real United States labor market, it seems to be the case that those processes they found in the lab experiment are also true in the labor market. And this answers some of our concerns, at least in this case, it answers some of our concerns that maybe lab studies aren't real. You know, their data, that their findings won't be replicated in real-world settings, because here, almost the exact same pattern was found in the real-world data. So we're going to quit for the day, and you can get your exams back outside. If you want to get the Cool Hand Luke essay, and your last name is A through M, you'll be able to get it from Nora, the head reader. If you like to get your Cool Hand Luke essay, and your last name is N through Z, you'll be able to get it from Sandra. If you like to get your exam, you'll get it from me. And if you want to get anything else, you'll get it from Mike. Okay, have a great day.